Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
The president of Ukraine spoke to U.S. members of Congress this morning about the dire need for the United States to do more to help the people of Ukraine. I'll briefly share a few of the key takeaways. Zelensky thanked the United States for their support thus far, but said there is so much more that the United States could be doing as the world's biggest superpower. Zelensky begged for the United States to help with a no-fly zone over Ukraine. He said it would change the entire situation and give Ukraine the upper hand. He said, "Is it too much to ask to help save Ukrainian lives?" He said, "If you won't stand up and help, will you at least send more warplanes and jets?" Zelensky committed to not asking to join NATO to ease Vladimir Putin's mind and anxiety. He then asked why NATO isn't doing more to ensure world peace. You spend so much money and time bragging about how important and powerful you are, but you aren't doing much to ensure peace or save lives. I think it's a good point. Zelensky said NATO could very easily launch a peacekeeping mission to help, but not send in armed people. That way, people and the country could get more help, but Vladimir Putin wouldn't be able to label it as entering the war because you would be unarmed. Within minutes of the meeting ending, President Joe Biden committed another $800 million of U.S. taxpayer money to be sent to help Ukraine. Now, this is really interesting because none of the $13.8 billion already approved has yet to be used. And they're already offering nearly another $1 billion, $800 million. It's going to start to feel like we're just throwing money at a problem versus doing much to actually turn the tides on Vladimir Putin. But so far, American taxpayers are taking a lot of the financial hit because of our government leaders' generosity. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken went on CNN and guaranteed the outcome of the Ukraine-Russia war. He said it will end with Putin losing and Ukraine remaining an independent nation. Only time will tell. But this is the same guy that guaranteed Kabul, Afghanistan wouldn't fall, but we all witnessed the horror of the Afghanistan pullout. So although I want to have a faith in Anthony Blinken, I really don't. I don't know. Maybe let me know your thoughts. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's being called back from Europe to the United States. Biden said she would do a really good job of traveling the country to brag about all his accomplishments during their first year in office. For example, he wants her to talk about the $1,400 stimulus check he sent that changed lives. He wants her to talk about the child tax credit check program that saved lives. He wants her to talk about the historic infrastructure bill and how it will change lives and create good-paying jobs. Now, speaking of Vice President Kamala Harris's triple vaccinated husband, Doug Emhoff, has tested positive for COVID. In some sad news, a reporter from Fox News and a reporter from the New York Times have both been killed in the Ukraine conflict after attempting to document the war. European banks announced that they will now begin spying on bank accounts of anyone they believe is Russian or Belarusian, which basically means they can spy on anyone with any amount of money. All they have to say is, "Oh, sorry, we thought you might be connected to Russia." Right now, we are witnessing one of the fastest currency transitions in world history. As the Russian ruble falls, Russians are buying up gold at alarming rates. They are seeking to switch from fiat currency or infinitely printed money over to real money because they can take it anywhere in the world with them. So many have purchased gold coins in the last few weeks that the banks actually had to shut down selling gold or allowing the money to flow out of your account to go buy gold because they're worried about the banking system collapsing. President Biden's one-size-fits-all solution to gas prices has been just buy an electric car. However, twice this week, the company Tesla has announced price increases on all of their cars due to material shortages, lithium and nickel issues. This is very telling because it means likely every electric vehicle out there is going to see a big jump in price as we move forward. So this go get an electric car and all your problems are solved that we've been told for weeks now might not be the solution. Republican Senator John Kennedy took a swipe at President Biden, saying he had caved to the woke side of his own party, and that's why he won't be able to fix this energy crisis. Here's what he had to say. The president refuses to stand up to the wokers who have taken over his party. Their energy policy is wind, solar, and pixie dust, not oil or gas. Kennedy also said he was shocked to find out Biden was secretly buying oil from Iran before pumping more here at home. And this is the guy that's now negotiating a nuclear deal with Iran. The president needs to turn this over to a bipartisan group in Congress. End of quote. Now, I wanted to let you know there are now talks of a $300 a month gasoline voucher to help offset the high cost of fuel we're experiencing right now. If passed, essentially, you would get a voucher similar to food stamps in the past that you could use for gas, or you could cash in and use that money for some other financial need. Now, I do not want to get anyone's hopes up. I'm just telling you about what I'm hearing and learning, but there are many lawmakers that are against this, and there are a ton of climate change activist groups that are actively fighting this idea, because some lawmakers say this is just a new welfare program, and others are saying, are you trying to speed up the killing of the planet? So it's going to be an uphill battle, but I am hearing about it and wanted to share that with you. So these fuel vouchers of monthly help are on the table, but they're very, very, very much in the preliminary discussion phase. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, yesterday, the Senate passed a new resolution to remove masks from public transportation based on new science showing they aren't as effective as we've been told the last 2 years. Then these same people turned around with this same science and voted to keep kids in masks because the new science doesn't really know how this affects children. Now, every Republican except for Mitt Romney voted against this, and every Democrat voted in favor of forcing masks on children. The Senate also passed a new bill to stop the nonsense around daylight savings time. So, if the House joins the Senate and passes this, and President Biden doesn't veto it, then you never have to change your clocks in the fall or the spring ever again. The Federal Reserve has raised their baseline interest rate by 0.25%. This is the first time a interest rate increase has happened in many years. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, said this will help slow the economy and inflation, and there will be even more interest rate hikes in the future. Then, in a rare moment, and something we haven't seen from the Biden administration, Jerome Powell apologized to the American people for the high inflation and said the Federal Reserve should have moved faster. However, he said all of their modeling suggested that inflation would be temporary, but instead it was just the opposite. It was actually speeding up out of control. So it was nice to hear him apologize and take responsibility, and now they're finally increasing those rates. So hopefully we'll see a change. But the downside of that is mortgages, auto loans, student loans, possibly credit card, those are all going to go up on interest to try to slow the amount of money that Americans are spending.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.